Okay, you're on.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Thursday night, so we have our Thursday Night Live. Oh, hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut.
You have sound.
I have sound, yay! I was about to say we need to check sound and video, and I have both. So we're just getting on. There's a few people joining us. Thursday night, so what do we have going on at the Paper Cut? Well, Monday is Labor Day, so we will be busy working. I'm still designing cards, as you can probably imagine. I will start showing them pretty soon. But yeah, we're still designing, still kitting. They're set to ship on the 9th. And then that is the Monday before our in-person warehouse sale, and then we'll be running around like crazy people, finishing getting the warehouse ready. But actually, they've been working on, getting stuff ready already. So actually, I think it's going to be pretty good. And I think that's about it. I wish I had samples, but they're all like up in the front of the warehouse, like staged in their little kit boxes and stuff like that. And I'm still making some. So let's head down to the table.
You're there.
Alrighty. So I just want to share one thing first before we're doing the shadow box tonight. Without nobody to look at the address and stuff on here. But for our daughter's wedding, I did her invitations, and they're really simple. But anyways, we saw, and I don't know if you can see this. I'm looking. So we saw a sample with one embossed. So I took one of the better press dies, and she wanted a fern, but I couldn't find a fern. So I took one of the better press dies and embossed it. And I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I raise it up. Let's see. Let's cover up. Nobody go to her groom's dinner or to her. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. I can see it.
So anyways, I just think that's a really cool effect. And on a wedding invitation, I thought it made a nice little touch on there, having that debossed. So it's not embossed, it's debossed. So just kind of after doing it last week where we were playing around with it, and then I saw a sample invitation that had a fern on it. Of course, I showed her the fern, and she's like, "Oh, I really like that." And I'm like, "Sorry, I can't find a fern," because I looked right away. But she liked that one, and we went with it, and she's not really picky, so yeah. Anyways, we are going to work on this shadow box, and we are going to play with this die set from Brass Bliss. So it's actually like this 3-part die set, but let's go to the shadow box first. So the shadow box, and I have a sample of one. This is like the only one that I've done since we had these. And I did this as a demo, and I'm pretty sure it was over a year ago. So this is an A-2 card, with the shadow box. And I think that's like, how tall? It's like a 1/2 inch. So if you do mail it, you have to put it in a thin box, or, put it in bubble wrap or something. But or give it to somebody special that you're like handing them the card, because the card is, this little scene. So let's go on to the shadow box. Just first, we're going to do just in general how to assemble it. So it has the window, which is what you're seeing through the front. It comes with a base piece, because you're kind of going to build it on the base. And then if you want to, I attached it onto a card, because it's just slightly smaller than a card. So we'll do that first. We'll just go through the basic assembly, and then we'll go on to the doing one. So with that die set. But so yeah, for the basic assembly. Now I put tape on these 4. Now I pre-folded them in. So I folded just to make those fold in. And remember, the bump is always the inside, so the bump is inside. And so I put tape on here, 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 the long ones. I should have put tape on these little buggers first. So Sarah should have thought of that first. I'm just going to fold them in. And I really probably don't even need tape on that little bit, and I'll show you why in just a minute. But yeah, I should have done that from the other side, but that's okay. There's always more than one way to do everything, right? There's probably the proper way, and then there's the Sarah way, which they both work. But I thought this die that we're using would be perfect. So anyways, we're gonna bend it in. These two little guys attach to the side, and we're on the inside. They attach to the side there. And they attach to the side. And then they attach to the side. Now, we are putting our little backer thing in there, because this is what you're going to build the base on. And then we're folding in our two short sides. Our two short sides. Now you might be wondering, why did you put tape on this whole thing right here? Because it's only sticking right here and right here. But then when we flip it over, and this backer is going to actually stick to it. So we're folding that in. Folding that in, folding that in, folding that in. Then we're going to flip it over and see how that backer piece just kind of falls to the back. But if I run my finger around it, it's sticking to where I originally put the tape. So this is the back. I would probably, like if you're not mounting it on a card, but I kind of like it on a card, you know, I might cover that up with something just so you don't see those, but you could like write on there and then cover it up. So that's how to make the base of it. We are going to do, I kind of was playing around today. I didn't play around a whole lot. I just played around in my brain. And I wanted to use black. So I don't have black, so we just have the white, and then we have the variety, the cheerful variety. So I kind of pulled out an overlay, a rectangle A-2 overlay, and it actually fits right on the front of it. Now it is a hair wider right here. See how it's covering up a little bit on the sides, and just a hair on the top and the bottom. But I thought, well, if you wanted to do something in black, you have that option. So we're going to do black as our cover. We are also going to do, instead of doing white on the inside, we are going to just put a piece of black cardstock on the inside. So, and I haven't done this in a while. Let's splatter them, you know, because that's fun. So let's see. But I am wearing nicer clothes today, so I don't want to get my clothes splattered. Like sometimes, well, come to work, don't see too many people here. Well, I mean, I see Brian and Becky and my mom, but I mean,
and anybody else who
and anybody else that comes in. But sometimes I look a little schlumpy. But today I actually had an appointment, and it was at the dentist office, and it's cold in the dentist office. So I wore like pants and a nice top. So I don't want to splatter on myself. So I'm going to try really
you were
hard.
awfully dressed up. I just couldn't figure out why.
Oh, you thought, because you thought that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, very fancy today.
Yeah. Normally I'm not, well, I wear, you know, whatever. I wear very casual clothes to work. Very comfortable. Oh, and we see Steve the mailman.
Yeah.
I dressed up for Steve the mailman.
That's funny.
So. But yeah. I dressed up for the dentist. So I'm using white or silver mixative. Now I could use white paint, and I've done that before. But splattering, I use this brush that I've used a bazillion times. I use a block that I've used a bazillion times. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take and I'm going to cover up, because I've got a bunch of stuff sitting in front of me that I don't want to get all splattery. Maybe I should go.
Maybe I should get you an apron, Sarah. I have lots of aprons at my house.
Okay, I'm going to splatter. I'm going to stand back.
Oh, that's what this is doing over here.
What? Oh, the block?
Yeah, the block.
I don't think that was for splattering over there.
I don't know. No. It just appeared.
So, and then I am going to splatter on the background piece.
Steve. Brian says Steve.
Yeah, that's who I see Steve too. Okay, more splattering.
Dress to impress, right, Sarah?
Yeah. Well, let's just say I don't do business professional. Almost ever. Today is probably...
Yeah, Kathleen said her mom always wore aprons when she could. So did my mom, and so did my grandma.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, in our little boutique that was connected to our cafe, we had grandma's aprons. So I had people that brought in, they ironed all their aprons, and they brought them in and hung them nicely from hangers. And we sold a bunch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I do Christmas cookies with, when Leah was younger, she was an ice skater. Okay, so you'd go and your kids, your girls or boys or whoever, I just wiped that off. I got my hands dirty, but I kept my pants clean. Yay. Anyways, we would go sit, the moms would sit and watch the ice skating. So the moms now have stayed friends more than the girls actually have. So we have a group of moms that get together. What are you laughing at?
Well, you can't see this because this is this is
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. Marion Phillips says, "I figure if I'm not naked, it's a good day." Oh, Marion.
All right.
Okay.
So, anyways, we have a group of gals that we get together, still the skating moms, and we were called the skating moms. So we get together over Christmas. We do Christmas cookies. So now we're called the baking babes. So anyways, one of the gals made aprons for all of us.
Oh.
Yeah, Sharon made aprons, and I think they say baking babes on them.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah. So the
I think
dye,
you also have one of my other Christmas
I probably do.
aprons. Yeah.
Yeah. So the die cuts these three pieces. Where did I put the die? Hang on. It's right here.
I have one of those Christmas aprons at home hanging in my pantry. I have a stash of cash in there, so be careful when you.
So when I dig in the pockets of your apron, there's a cash stash cash in there.
Yeah, there's Mom's stash cash.
So, anyways, you cut out these. I cut them out on a bigger piece than I needed, and I wasn't sure. This is the one thing I wasn't sure if this would work because they are pretty big. So I might have to. I'm gonna have to cut off the bottom. So what order do they go in? You say. I don't know if you're saying that or not, but I'm saying that. So this one is in the back. Let's see, this one's in the back. I'm going to put it on the black because it'll be easier
So
to
I
see
put
on the
links
black.
out there. There's links for those dies from Brass Bliss and also for your variety and white cards.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
So that one goes on the back, then this one goes, and then this one goes on the front. And see how they kind of all layer up, and if you pop them up with foam tape, then they kind of stack. So that's why I thought it would work really nice in the shadow box, okay? But we're gonna have to get this back one all the way in there, and then this one, the one that goes in the middle, no, this one goes on the front, all the way in there. So we're gonna have to get those two attached to our back panel before we even assemble our card. I mean, or I think you could probably jimmy it through the opening, but I'm gonna try it the other way. When I did this one, I can't remember if I assembled this part before I put it in there, or if I kind of stuck my hands through there to do that. But we're going to give it a whirl. This one is going to go on the front, so I'm not going to quite worry about that one yet, because that one will go on the front after we're done. Okay, so I'm going to set that one off to the side. And then let's first figure out, because we're going to cut our layers. Now this back, see the back one, we want the hills to go up higher. So when I'm trimming the bottom, I want this middle one, the back one, to sit up a little bit higher. So, and I'm just guessing at this now. So we'll see how it works. And I'm going to have to cut them a little bit shorter because this is our back panel and we're going to cut some of that off. So let's pull the trimmer out and just start hacking away. If I hack too much, then we have more paper. We have the means to just do another one.
Kathleen Ressler-Moore said they had to go through her mom's books to find the money because that's where she had.
So I'm going to have to look through everything.
Yeah.
At least I can start in the aprons.
Yes. Pockets. Your dad just took it and put it in a clip and put it in the cupboard.
Well, yeah, you know, when I was growing up, I used to go through your pockets and get your money.
Oh, no, that's where my retirement fund went.
When I was a teenager, I know if I needed money, I just went in the closet and went in their coat pockets.
That's a good story to tell, Sarah.
Especially on the insides, like the ones that are like inside.
Yeah.
More money in those pockets.
Yeah, of course. I have some in my pockets inside these days. Oh gosh.
So let's look at the trees really quick before we start attaching. Like birch trees, and I might not be very good at this, but we're going to find out. Birch trees, sometimes there's like, you know, little gray areas. So let's just go mark some of these and pretend these are birch trees. I don't know if they're birch. Oh, maybe they're not birch trees. Okay, well I'm making them birch trees. What?
Okay. They're trees.
Yeah. No, this one is not very good.
You have a harder time finding my money today because now I have a little bit more stash and I've stashed it in several banks.
Well, all I need to do is open your computer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, I'm pretending this is a birch tree. It could be a different kind of tree, but whatever. It's going to be a birch tree today. And then I think I'm going to shade them a tiny bit. I got a sponge over here. Okay, so I did grab a sponge and I did grab some gray ink pads. And I just am going to pick up a tiny bit of color and just see if I can add some color to the edges of the trees. Here, we'll do this. Ooh, no, don't do that, Sarah. This one had white on it. Hang on. Because now I just turned my gray ink pad not as gray. I could take a little blending brush, but I didn't want to get too much gray on there. And it doesn't really matter. I just need a teeny tiny bit along the edges of the trees. And I don't really need that either. I'm just adding a little distress to them so they don't
So
look
Sarah
so
Marion
stiff.
Phillips said something, and that makes me wonder if you did this. She said one year they made aprons for their kids' grandparents with the kids' handprints on them.
Oh.
I have a frame
I don't think I did that.
that has handprints on it. Was that a handmade frame that you did? Did you put the kids?
I would have to see it.
Okay.
You can show me. Maybe. Yeah, if I saw it, I would be able to tell you.
Virginia Hebert said use a hint of blue around the birch spots.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
some gray, or at least on the edges of the birch trees.
Yeah, it is hard to find stuff at Expo because there's so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marion Phillips says she loves it when you demo products so we can see them and how to use them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually pick it up at Expo. And Pat and Dave are actually here too.
Yes.
They're visiting. Okay, now let me go to my big birch trees while I've got my inks out, while I'm getting inky fingers. Okay. My stomach is actually growling today.
Oh my god. Oh, Sarah,
What?
that stuff is in the car. We can't leave it out there in the car. Is it hot outside?
Well, I know. We do need to bring it in. Why? Do
Okay.
you want to go get it?
Yep, I'll go
My
get it.
keys are on the chair.
Okay.
My mom picked me up some, and it can just go in the refrigerator up front.
Okay, your keys are on the chair.
The little chair right here by the.
Okay.
Okay. So anyways, she picked up some. They have a really good chicken salad at Costco, and they don't always have it. So when she saw it yesterday, she snagged. I just like it. I like it in lettuce wraps. I like it in lettuce wraps. I like it just on crackers. I don't know what kind of chicken salad it is, but it's really super good. These are just random birch tree spots. And I'm going to try Virginia's hint of doing a little blue around them. I've got a very, I think a BOO. I've got a B01, a BGOOO. That's very light hint of blue behind them. I've never tried blue on birch spots. And actually, I don't freehand birch spots that often. Actually, this is probably a first. Because sometimes some dyes come with like the, like the spots in them where it just embosses them or debosses them. But let's add a little. Oh, did my mom lock herself out? Oh no, she didn't, because she's got my keys. Okay, so there we go. So we have our first layer right here. This is our back. So now I'm going to have to trim the top part down. So I'm going to attach this on there with some foam tape. And I'm not putting it inside this white one because that one's already assembled. But let me just attach it with foam tape, and then we will trim it to match the card, because we know this card is what's going to fit inside there. Actually, I hand trimmed this too, so I might have to, I'm going to trim the width just a tiny bit. Okay, so putting foam tape on the bottom of the birch trees. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the top of the birch trees just to pop them up. And we're just going to start building up on our black. Now normally the kit doesn't come with black, it comes with white, but we're going to do it in black. We're doing something different.
I locked myself out. I had to figure out which key.
Oh, so she did lock herself out. I thought I heard the door trying to open.
Yep, I was trying to figure out in that mess of keys.
Yeah.
I found it.
Good.
Can't lock me out here, Sarah.
Okay. I didn't try to lock you out.
I know. I know.
Okay. So we put that on there, but now we're going to trim where it extends past. Just because, remember, it's going inside the shadow box, so we need to work within this area because that's our back base. And if I, you've got like a 1/2 inch lip that's going right here. So even if we trimmed it a little shorter or my trimming is jankety, it's okay.
So the birch tree dies, so is that die set from Brass and Blitz?
Yes.
Yes, Brass and Bliss. Jesse, I put a link
Okay, so I'm going to pop this next one off.
for those trees.
I'm going to pop this next one up also. And again, I'm building on, now this would be really pretty on a card too. I just thought because we have the shadow box, it might look nice on the shadow box because it layers and we can pop it up. Now I could do like a double layer of foam tape right here to pop it up even more, and I might actually do that.
So Sarah, that jankety, is
Jankety.
that another
That's
Sarahism?
Yeah, jankety. If you cut it jankety. I really have to get with Jennifer and get some t-shirts made.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I'm not gonna do like one of their designers, Kitty, does fabulous stuff, with all kinds of little leaves, trees, all kinds of that stuff. I'm not going to that extent because I'm not. So, but if you ever want to see samples, I think they probably have a blog or on their website. You can go to Brass and Bliss and look at those, because those are like way more detailed than what I'm going to do tonight.
Jesse, if that link doesn't work, you may have to copy and paste it because you're collecting it off of YouTube, I think.
Oh, is that why sometimes they don't work?
Yeah, I think you have to copy and paste.
Uh-huh. Did you hear my stomach growl?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Your
Yes.
hearing aids are really working.
Whoa. I know. And you should hear what I hear when I turn these way up.
I'm surprised you heard that.
Well,
So now I have to be careful what I say.
She knows I can't hear much. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so again, I'm raising this.
Hey, Tracy Zance says you need to make a list of Sarahism stamps. That would be funny too.
Yeah. So now, see, I attached it on there. It's popped up, and it's going to fit in there. And I'm going to trim the back off. Yeah, Sarah's stamps. A limited edition.
You do you.
And yes, if it's not cut perfect, if it's jankety, it doesn't matter, because it's going to be hidden. Now you don't want it super jankety, but it's going to be hidden on the inside. All right, so now I think we can go. What are you giggling about?
Phillips says she has a friend who really needs hearing aids. Some days I just get so pissed because she wants me to repeat everything. Yeah, I get that. And my family, I think, was getting kind of pissed too.
Oh, nice. No, we weren't getting pissed.
Weren't you?
No.
And
We could just talk about her and she didn't hear. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know. So, but I'd have greater appreciation for what my mother went through because I would call her, and I had to repeat things like 7 times, and then
Yeah, you have a greater appreciation when you're actually going through it.
Yes.
Okay, so again, I folded that, and this is where I could have put my tape on the outside of these 4 little tabs the first time. So, and I know this is kind of putsy, but that's okay. And you make it for somebody special, or you just convert this to an A2 card, and your A2 card is going to be a little thicker too. But you don't have to pop them up. I just think it looks really nice with them popped. because then you see the dimension of the trees. Okay, so we're getting all of our tape on here. Then we are going to put our...
Hearing loss is no fun, and I understand, Tracy, when you say you have to raise your voice so that your mom can hear you, and sometimes it's not even the raising of the voice. Sometimes we just can't make out the vowels. We really don't
It's
know what you
pronunciation.
said. And you said, I asked you what the name of that stamp set was, and you said stacked something or other.
Stacked forest.
Yeah, stacked forest. And I said, what?
So, just really quick before we can go on with that conversation,
Yeah.
but I'm putting the, so I have my 2 layers of trees on there, and I'm putting it face down, and I'm working from the back, and now assembling like we did the first time. But I have to have that in there because I think it would have been too hard to get those trees in through the opening. So if you do littler stuff, I'm pretty sure you can get it into the opening. So yes, you have a greater appreciation for what people are going through. Because yes, when Grandma was over for dinner and stuff, like she didn't participate in the conversation because she couldn't hear the conversation.
Right. That is exactly right. And people with hearing losses get real good at smiling and saying, "Of course, yes, that's nice." Doesn't always fit, but that's what we say.
So I folded the 2 smaller ones in, and then I'm folding the longer ones in.
So when we had our restaurant, we catered especially to an older population, and that was by design. When I stood at the counter or around a table taking orders, I always made sure that I spoke a little louder and also had eye contact with the person that I was speaking to, because I wanted to hear what they were saying to me, and they needed me to look at them.
Right.
Because we get pretty good at reading expressions.
Right.
Not necessarily lips, but expressions.
So now we're going to flip this over, because remember we've assembled from the back, and we have the tape on each one of these, but we're going to turn it over, and then we're going to do just what we did before and push down. Now I'm not pushing on my foam tape, maybe a little. I can go in there and push on my foam tape.
So Marion,
so I could have popped this stuff all up twice even to fit in there, but you get the dimension in there. Okay, and then we're going to go put this one on the front.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to trim this one down first before I attach it onto the front, just so I have it. So I do have to trim my bottom off. This is where I wasn't sure how it was going to fit, because up here it's going to be not as much. So anyways, okay. So I'm just going to start attaching, and I'm not going to pop this one up, but I'm going to put tape down here and up here, and that's going to attach to the overlay. Okay.
So a good place to get hearing aids, from what I understand, and I've tried all kinds of them. Costco, I guess, has got a pretty good hearing aid program. I did not get my hearing aids from Costco, but I've talked to a lot of people who have, and they're very happy with them. They're a lower cost hearing aid, and I guess it really depends upon what kind of loss you have. I really have a severe hearing loss, and I didn't know how severe it was. But after having been tested again this year, my hearing has decreased.
But not heard. These new hearing aids are really good. If you could hear my stomach crawling, holy heck.
Well, see,
So I'm just
I didn't register what it was until you said what it was.
Oh, okay. You heard a sound.
Yes, I heard a sound, and then when you said my stomach, oh, that's what that sound was.
Mm-hmm. So now I am. I attached it, and I attached it kind of low, just so I could get some of the top and some of the bottom on there. But now I'm going to turn it over and trim it to the edge. Now, this time I'm going to try to make sure it's not jankety, because it does go on the front of the card.
Marion Phillips, do you know why your friend doesn't want to get hearing aids? Is it because of the expense, or has she just had bad experience with them before, or hasn't she ever tried them?
So Nancy said she has Costco hearing aids. Oh, did you see that? Nancy
Yes,
YB said
yes.
she has Costco ones.
Yeah, Nancy. They have several kinds, I know. I'm scheduled for another hearing aid test, another hearing test at Costco. I just want to see. I have
So I'm
two
gonna
different.
attach that one on there. See how we have our little scene?
Oh yeah,
Isn't that nice?
that is very nice. I like that.
So they have what, Mom?
They do have several kinds of hearing aids and several different price points, from what I understand. I'm glad you like yours, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy's coming to the warehouse sale.
Oh, good, good, good.
Nancy, and I can't remember your friend's name, Nancy, but you're both coming. So, anyways, I didn't put tape all the way into right here or on this tree, because remember, this overlay extended. So I was very happy to find this overlay that fit on the front of the box. I thought that is awesome. So you have another use for the overlays. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now look.
Sarah,
this-
you can't see this this response, but Emily Henry said you have a great eye for design.
Oh, thank
She's
you.
on YouTube.
Thank you. Because, yeah, I didn't put this all together until just now. I knew I was going to do the trees. I wasn't sure about the birch. I had just added the, but yeah. Actually, Kitty, the one that works for, or designs for Brass Bliss, or Rubbernecker, she did a card similar with trees on black on one of our double shutter cards. So maybe I was inspired by her. So I think we all get inspired when we see different stuff. So I hope that, you know, I get inspired by other people and I pass that along to all of you.
You saw Virginia's note. She said she purchased this die and was wondering what she was going to do with it.
Oh,
This is
no, I
really
didn't see
great.
that note.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yay.
Yeah.
Yes, because you could totally put this on a card.
Yes.
I'm just adding a little tan to my, let's see, what part of my sponge can I use? To the deer, because there's a deer and a moose. Well, they're going to be in the same forest together. One's a deer, one's a moose. That's okay. Or maybe they're just two different kinds of deers.
Overgrown jackrabbits with white tails.
I'm not giving them white tails today. I'm just shading there. So I'm adding a little color to the brown. So, okay. Susie's on. She's coming to the sale.
Oh, yay.
All right.
And you're right. Hearing aids do not make you hear perfectly 100% like you used to hear. It's a whole new ball game.
Did you ever get it fixed so that when your phone rings, it's not going in your
Well,
ear? Or?
no, I didn't. I
What'd you do?
have to go back because I have my phone going right into my ear, but it's only going into my left ear, and I can't figure out how to get it in both ears.
Uh-huh. I'm looking for a black marker. Hang on.
Yeah, all my black markers disappeared from that front desk.
Well, I'm sure I didn't take them.
I am the inveterate pen thief, but there's somebody in this office that's even
Worse.
yes.
I'm
I
going to
don't
blame it
know
on
who.
Brian or Becky.
Okay,
They're not here to defend themselves.
but Brian's online, and Becky
Yeah.
might be too.
Yeah.
I don't
Well-
know who it is. It doesn't make any difference. I just keep going into the box and getting more.
Yeah, it probably is me. But somebody I'm sure steals them from me, and that's why I need more. Or it could be that I just leave them lay around because I carry them. So
Remember
we've
all the
got-
pens I had in my fanny pack?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
So we've got the deer, and then I found some.
Susie G says she
Cardinals.
can hardly wait for the warehouse sale.
I know, I can hardly wait too. Because then I get to see peeps.
You get to see what?
People.
Oh,
Peeps.
Yeah. I heard the P and I didn't hear the pull.
Yeah.
People.
2 more weeks. Oh my gosh. Now you guys have me panicked. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe I'm not.
So what does Wendy saying about this? Does she have everything?
She's got everything done. She's saying, give me more.
Give me more.
Wendy's my friend that helps me kit, and yes. She's like, okay, chop, chop, lollipop. Get on it.
Yep. Oh, look at that nice little cardinal up there in the tree.
Let's do another one on an inside tree. I'm using just a hair of.
Yeah, I tried some new hearing aids this year, and they did make me hear a little bit better, but I really wasn't willing to part with $5,700.
Yeah.
That was a lot. And the hearing aids that I have are 3 years old now, and they were replaced in January. So I'm just going to work with these a little bit. He turned up the volume in them,
Mm-hmm.
and that helped.
Good.
Now I actually do have to turn them down quite often. I have to turn them on restaurant mode. Restaurant mode means that you hear more of what's coming directly in front of you, and it blocks out the white noise that's going on around you.
Uh-huh. So I do have some green, but I think I'm going to skip the green for today. And just get these guys in there, and then we're going to call it an evening because I need to eat.
Oh, and I've got just the thing, because we have to remember that you should take that home, Sarah.
No, I'm going to leave it here for tomorrow.
Oh, are you? You're going to be here tomorrow.
I'm going to be here tomorrow.
All right.
Because I have designing to do.
Yes, you do.
So yes, I am going to be here tomorrow working, and I'm just going to leave the chicken salad here so I can bring some crackers or some.
Did you tell them what that chicken salad is? That it's Costco's
Yeah, that is Costco. It's
Cape
really
Cod
good.
stuff?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did you see Nancy YB, how much hers were?
I'm sorry?
Nancy YB just said how much her hearing aids were.
Oh, $1,600. Now that's a nice price, Nancy.
Yeah. So I am going to attach this to a card. So because I don't want to push on here, and normally I don't do my adhesive on the front of things. I always do it on the back. But because I don't want to push on the back of the, I don't want to push on the back of the shadow box, I'm going to just put it on the front of the card. And it goes, there's only a very small border. So I'm just going to
Oh, I didn't take a count tonight. Oh, well, it's not the end
put
of
it
the
on
year.
there. All right. So there we go. Those are the A-2 shadow boxes. Both times I used white, but you do have different colors in the cheerful variety.
Okay, you know, some of those jokes, you're right. Some of those jokes are
Oh,
10
my mom's
minutes.
got a joke.
Oh, I'm going to tell the one you didn't get this morning.
Okay.
Okay, so
One joke and then we'll get going.
some of those jokes are 10 minutes long, and I can't remember the joke. You're right. But here's one. I told Sarah this morning that I have a new boyfriend, and she kind of looked at me and raised her eyebrows, and I said, well, I knew he was a ghost the minute he walked through the door.
I
through the door.
Yeah, I didn't get it at first. So, all right. That'll wrap us up for tonight.
Okay.
So maybe my mom will end with a joke every week.
Oh,
Like
oh
Steve
my
the
gosh.
Mailman.
Okay.
Yeah. The grandbaby eats Ev, the 3.5-year-old. His favorite thing are popsicles, and the popsicle sticks, the ones that we buy, have jokes on them. Joke. So anyways, okay. Thanks, guys. On that note, we'll depart, and we'll see you next week.
Have a safe weekend.
Oh yeah, happy Labor Day
Day.
weekend. Have a safe and fun, maybe a family-filled weekend or just a relaxing weekend. Whatever you want. You do you this weekend. So anyways, see you next week, guys. Bye.